chocolate crinkle cut cookies. You've had those, before, right? You know,
I've never had those.
You've never had those. Anyways,
What's a crinkle? Or maybe I don't know what it is.
It's like, and they had some left downstairs. I should have just brought it and showed you. But it's just like a regular cookie, but it's soft and moist, but it's crunchy in the inside, like crispy on the outside, but soft inside, and it has powdered sugar on the top.
I have no idea what it is, but I want one.
It's really good. It's really good.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, you used to only like find them like at Panera's, because it's one of those like really like, you know, healthy
bougie cookies.
Yeah, bougie. There you go. Another good word. I was gonna say healthy, you know, since they were all worried about everything I say.
Damn. No, yeah, definitely not healthy.
All right, indeed.
Let's bring it in.
I gotta retweet this thing.
Oh, it's a tweet out? I haven't retweeted it yet either. All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We are in there, boys. This is.
You
let's see.
didn't put the Twitch stream, you dork.
I am.
I didn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was just looking at it now.
You said you didn't put an image. You didn't put anything.
I didn't. Well, the image had the Twitch stream and everything. I had one of those things. Oh,
what?
God.
What?
Oh,
let me delete this, okay?
Man.
Don't retweet it.
Oh, man.
Hey, back up and unretweet this, okay?
Yeah, I'm unretweeting it.
Yeah,
right.
back up and retweet this.
But
okay.
all right.
What happens when we let Suiken handle it?
Look, I just woke up. You guys need to give me a fucking break, all right?
All right, welcome, guys.
Damn it!
This is
Forget the tweet.
It's done.
It's too late.
We're starting the show already.
Start the show. It's fine.
It's
all right. We're here.
All good.
This is BOOMcast, episode number 38. I have Repaul to my right, and I have Suiken downstairs, and Ricky, you know, in spirit, joining us. And
As
we got
usual nowadays.
Yeah, it has been the case. Has been the case. But a lot of things has conspired through the through the FGC, and first topic we're going to get into right away. Starting it off, we had a beta test for a new game coming out, Guilty Gear Strive. Yeah, so they had
struggle with 2 G's like Guilty Gear. That's why.
It makes so much sense. So Guilty Gear had a beta. It was out for 4 days, and 3 days was it. 3 days out of the 4 was for it online. People did not. Yeah, there's a couple things about it. You know, the gameplay I thought was fantastic, but everything else was hot garbage. I'm not too sure. I think Suiken didn't have a code. Rip, you did get to try it out the first night, I believe. I saw you streaming it.
I played it the last night too. Yeah. Oh yeah, I played it the last night as well. So basically, the first night, damn, your dog scared the crap out of me. So Guilty Gear Strive, I've never played a Guilty Gear game before, and when I was in, I think, Evo Japan, I was talking to Kugi about it. Kugi's an old school Guilty Gear veteran, and him and Tasty, they're both Guilty Gear veterans of the entire series. So we had like a conversation about it. Obviously, the game had a lot of, I'll say, a lot of interesting feedback from the players who just weren't really about it. Right, it was changed in so many ways. But as someone who is new to the series, I tried out Xrd when the demo came out. And I went through the tutorial, and I felt like, okay, this game is cool. There's a lot of stuff I can do in it. But it's too much. It's too much for me. I can't do this. It's like I don't want to put all my time into
a lot of
separate
mechanics to learn and memorize.
Right. So this game came out. I was super excited because I heard they were simplifying a lot of it. When I started cooking them, I said, like, look, all the stuff you're describing and how they're taking those things out, that sounds good to me. Like, as a new player to the series, like that sounds like a game that I could try to play and actually get into. So I was excited about it. I tried it out, and it's as expected. It's much easier to play. I can play this. I can learn it. I have confidence that if I continue to play it after it releases, that I'll actually be decent at it. It's not too hard to follow, etc.
Right. Yeah.
So that was a very cool part. The first day was CPU battles, right? So I was just playing against CPU a bunch, trying out all the different characters, seeing what I could do with them. And my initial impression was, damn, the damage is really high because I don't even know what I'm doing. And I'm doing hella too much damage. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like this is wrong. It's, people will complain about Tekken 7's damage or whatever, but that was significant to me. The damage output.
I mean, Potemkin by himself, just doing a command throw did 60%. It was insane.
Right. And then you got like Soul Bad Guy with like 3 command throws and you're dead. It's just like, is Soul supposed to be a command grab character? He doesn't seem like it,
Dude, yeah, his command throw does like 40. It's ridiculous. It's
Right.
The damage is crazy.
So the thing that I noticed though, from that was really odd to me about the gameplay, I'll say, was the air dash, right? So when you air dash before, just kind of like you jump and you air dash, right? Like right across. So you jump and boom, and you go across. But in this game, there's this giant animation that happens. Like
the Doctor
air dash
Strange,
is about to happen.
Doctor Strange, gang signs,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, the gang sign pops out. Yep.
And then you get that like delayed jump across, right? And I was like, okay, I can use this to make it look like a cross up, or to make an ambiguous cross up anyway, because you can just kind of set up in the right place. But the idea of an air dash, it didn't seem right to me. It didn't sit well with me, even though I'm not a Guilty Gear veteran. I could clearly tell that this was like a simplification of an old mechanic that was much more difficult for new players to deal with in the past. So I felt that like immediately. And the only way I can like compare that to Tekken terms for people watching this, imagine if in Tekken you had backdashes, but you could not cancel them. It was just like backdash, backdash, backdash. You know what I mean? And that's, I feel, what they've done to the air dash in Guilty Gear now with Strive. So I can definitely see why and I can definitely see why veterans of the series would be turned off by that. But overall, as someone who's new to the series, I played it and I was like, well, okay, that's interesting. I had fun with it. I played Kai, I think his name is. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Kai or Key or whatever. I think it's Kai. Yeah.
I was confused.
So I tried him out. Yeah, and like it's actually pretty cool because the first day, the I hit the dust combo and like you fly to the air. I was like, oh snap! And then you got to do like this auto combo sort of thing in the air. And I was making my own stuff. I was like, oh shit, this is really cool. So I don't know. This potential. There's a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, the what's it called? The Roman cancels adds this element where it feels like it's very much you could freestyle a lot. You can kind of make your own stuff. There's a lot of cool things. And I'm really new to Guilty Gear myself. I mean, Suiken didn't get a chance to try it out, but just coming over from Street Fighter and Dragon Ball Fighters is like my previous Arxis game experience. So it's just like air dashes in that game are super quick, right? I felt that too right away with the air dashes. They felt a little stiff. They kind of needed to get some momentum before you start swinging across.
Building it up in the air.
Yeah,
jump.
It felt a little more like a Marvel Spider-Man spider swing more than like a Magneto air dash. It has a little bit of startup before he gets going, gets that momentum, or a Nova air dash or something. But overall, like my experiences with the game. Yes, the damage is way too ridiculously high. The damage is so crazy, but it seems like it's on purpose for now. Maybe they want to test the waters to see what people feel about how the damage is right now, but it's kind of crazy. And my couple gripes with the game is because I'm only coming from the Street Fighter, Dragon Ball Fighters background, right? And for this 2D game, and it's just like, there's so much stuff to keep track of. I don't like the burst meter getting closer and closer. Dragon Ball, they have it in a very specific spot where it just stays right there, close to the timer.
Yeah.
A couple other things too, like the huge damage stuff, and then Street Fighter kind of has it too, where the life bar drains slower the lower it is, right? But that's just kind of how the life bar is designed in that game. But in this game, it has the guts mechanic where if they're down to like about 35%, 30% of their life, they take significantly less damage, right?
Yeah.
And then as a first timer coming into this game, I was just like, I don't like that. I felt like, because I played around with Soul mostly, right? And I was like, that this command throw is going to kill. I just need to hit one and it's going to kill. And it left him with a pixel. And I was like, oh fuck, how am I supposed to be? Stuff like that comes with experience, but I don't know if they want to make it beginner friendly, because like the complaints I've been hearing about the game is such as the Gatling system, right? It's like a Magic series in Marvel where you could do light, medium, heavy, but they made it more complicated in this game because you can't link lights to mediums, or punch to slash, or punch to heavy, stuff like that. You don't have that route. So it's just like, it's hard to explain to a beginner how the Gatling system works when you can't go ABC, it's only BC, BCD, something like that, right? So those things I didn't like. And also another thing that I didn't like about the game, everything about the gameplay feels like when you hit buttons, when you do inputs and do commands, it feels crisp. It feels like a quality product, it doesn't have that jankiness feeling to it. But the lobby, my God.
The lobby.
So
I didn't even I was waiting to get to that afterward, right? So I mean, like, let me just really quickly go back to the UI, right? Because that's what a lot of people are complaining about. Personally, I'm not super bothered by the look of the UI. Everyone's like, oh, this is some like, dollar store UI, whatever.
You're talking about
it's
like
really
the main
cheap
menu where it had all the settings and stuff, all the menu.
No, the main like battle UI with like the life bars and like how you kind of mentioned, like the part where you mentioned where like the burst gauge is moving as your life goes down. Like I understand that complaint, right? Like you want to look in the same place always, right? I understand that. It didn't bother me too much while I was actually playing it, probably because I wasn't good enough to be looking for that all the time. I was just like, I assume I still have it because I haven't used it. I was like, oh, do I still have the thing? Boom, So it didn't bother me like that, but I can see how that would bother a veteran player of the series. The UI though, I thought was okay. I've seen some people kind of try to revise it and then put out their own versions online, and I thought like those are okay, but it's not necessarily that much better. I think that it'll grow on people over time.
Yeah, they just put like stuff in real estate areas where the old burst the burst thing was and all that. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of gameplay UI, I thought it was fine. Other than the burst moving and the risk gauge moving, everything else I thought was fine. But the actual lobby itself, the actual like in-game main menu UI, it didn't feel Guilty Gear to me. It felt very out of place.
The menu music was pretty whack.
Yeah, what the hell? Pirates of the Caribbean and shit? Jack Sparrow? Like, what the fuck? I was like,
that was odd to me for sure.
Is it really Pirates of the Caribbean?
It sounds like some pirate music for sure.
It doesn't sound like Guilty Gear. Like, when you hear Guilty Gear, you have all these like electric guitar riffs and everything happening.
Guitar, and then rock music. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
And this was like, it didn't feel like that at all for the main menu.
I think you need to pull it up so I can hear it.
I mean, you can check it out later when the game actually comes out, because I have a feeling, honestly, that this game's going to change a lot. You talked about the lobby system. Like, this beta was only delay-based netcode. They've already announced that the final version of the game, the retail version, will have rollback netcode. Obviously, we played through the online. They had huge issues with the online, with people trying to match up in the lobby system, etc. During this beta, a lot of people are comparing it to Street Fighter V's launch. When you had all these issues at launch, the servers weren't working and all this stuff. They literally had the same thing happen with their beta. It's a really bad first impression for people who are coming to the series for the first time. Luckily for me, my sleep schedule is so messed up that I missed the first session for online playtesting, so I didn't even have to deal with it. But I can tell you the delay-based netcode, I know no one wants to ever hear this, but it didn't feel terrible a lot of the time. Like, it was clear when I went up against someone who was a Wi-Fi player, but like it was actually still playable like most of the time.
I agree. Yeah, it felt the matches did feel nice when I had a decent connection. It felt smooth.
Yeah, and then the other thing was that they've done a lot of stuff to make the game beginner friendly, right? Obviously, they've toned down the number of systems, etc. But they also made some spectator enhancements, like the slow-mos on counter hits and everything.
Yeah, the giant they're like, combo numbers in the background. The counter
like this big.
Yeah, the counter is literally in the background across the whole screen. It's
counter. You can't miss it, but you drop your combo anyway. All right, And obviously, people don't like that either. But I feel like those giant words and shit look more Guilty Gear to me than like.
I liked it.
The UI, for instance. Yeah, I don't mind it, actually.
Yeah, the gameplay stuff and all the UI stuff in game, like in a match, that UI I felt had a lot of personality. It's just, this feels like a new Guilty Gear for me. And then you go into the lobby and then here comes Pirates of the Caribbean music and everybody's whipping out their swords and they're like, and then they sent out the
As
tweet.
you walk around and it goes up and down and everything too.
Yeah, it was so whack, dude. The lobby had so many issues, but hopefully
the lobby is a big Caribbean, problem.
Okay. I said I like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Exactly. See, but like maybe you like good. Pirates. Maybe you like Pirates. Maybe some people like playing Street Fighter. But people who like Guilty Gear, they don't necessarily like either of those things. And so for them, they're like, "What is happening to my Guilty Gear?" That seems to be the issue,
Guilty
right?
Gear.
Yeah, that seems like
that's kind of what's happening. Seriously,
that seems like the big argument. They're simplifying the game. They don't like the direction it's going, the damage, all that stuff. But first beta, maybe they'll have more in the future. I don't know. Maybe it's just like Street Fighter V.
I think they have to, and I mean have to.
I think they need to do at least two more. At least two more.
They need to 100% have a beta that has the rollback netcode in it.
Yeah.
If they do not, they're in big trouble because number one, they could mess up the rollback netcode. They could. Like, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, Street Fighter 5. There have definitely been games with rollback that were not good. Street Fighter Cross Tekken was horrible netcode. Like, sounds were missing half the time. So it was terrible. No, I'm serious. Like, sounds would not play online, right? And so it's like, what are you supposed to do? If they have there's no beta, right, for this, and they launch with this rollback, and it's terrible, the game is instantly dead.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That's what's going to happen,
especially
right?
in this day and age, and especially during this pandemic, even more so. Yeah, even more.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like for me, since I haven't been a part of like anything right now, right? I'm very neutral about this whole thing, right? I've always enjoyed watching the Guilty Gear franchise and watching my friends play it, and throughout like the whole social media thing, the context I've been getting a lot of was that it was only from OGs, but they hated it, right? They were like, no, this can't be right. You know, this is not the game. Arc says fix this or whatever, right? And then reading into it some more, something happened with the community manager. Did you guys hear about that?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Who's the community manager?
It's someone new. It's someone different. Basically, a few days ago, the ArcSys Twitter introduced their community manager. Didn't say their name. They just said, "Hi, everybody. I'm the new community manager, such and such. I'm going to try to do my best." And all of a sudden, you look into that tweet, and it's all filled with memes. People just fucking with this guy. And this guy didn't know how to handle it. It was like, it was really, literally, it was like a flaming...
community manager, that is definitely a part of the job description.
Welcome to the internet, bro.
Yeah, seriously.
Part of the
and
job
the guy didn't know how to take it. I was like reading, I was like, say shit, dog. Don't say shit to these people, you know?
Damn.
And
I think you need to move your mic in front of your face, by the way. I think you're talking off to the side of it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, so like your voice is getting a little lost up there. But Mike, you know, separate from all this other stuff, like what did you think about the game?
The gameplay wise, great.
Yeah,
you know, I liked a lot of it. I liked a lot of it. The impacts on hits looked great. The personality on the UI was fantastic. It looked really clean and crisp. You know, the graphics are beautiful. I mean, we can always count on ArcSys for like pretty fucking games, like since Dragon Ball, Grand Blue, and they've really been kind of like these pioneers of like setting the new standard of fighting games, right? So in terms of the gameplay, felt great. In terms of everything else, it was kind of trash.
Yeah, the lobby system, if you guys haven't seen it, it's whack. It doesn't look Guilty Gear to me either, right?
No, yeah. And
it just looks like this total random thing that's supposed to be how you match up with players.
Yeah, and even the very first menu where it says press any button, right? You already get the oozing personality with that great announcer, Guilty Gear, right? Every time. And then as soon as you click any button, you go in and then you go into that shitty fucking lobby. I was just like, I'm done with this shit. You're getting blue screens left and right. I'm just... Oh,
that happened to me too. Yeah,
it was not a good time. But hopefully, by the time they get the next one rolling out, it's they can iron some more stuff out. Yeah, exactly. And people are getting really deep into it. A lot of drama, and you know, I think a lot of this kind of ties into everybody being stuck at home, cooped up.
Yes,
they're slowly starting to lose their damn minds, right? I think everybody's slowly starting to lose their minds, right? And moving on to the next topic. This is kind of a big one, a doozy. So we had some controversy between Ceroblast and Low Tier God. And if you guys are within the FGC, I'm pretty sure you guys have been hearing about this all throughout last week. This is right before we get into the Tekken stuff of this podcast. So before we get into the Tekken stuff, let's talk about some FGC drama. I mean, first off, Ceroblast came out with this tweet. They had a match online. And Low Tier God, you know, after, you know, rage quitting on Ceroblast, kind of popped off a little bit, you know. He said some things.
Yeah, but this is like not something that's new from LTG, right?
Right, yeah.
Like he's done shit like this before. And if you guys don't know, like, I don't want to hear it, you know, but essentially he goes off on Ceroblast and then, you know, Ceroblast tweets it out and it's all this big controversy. I'll let you finish the story.
Right, yeah, so Ceroblast tweets it out, gets a huge controversy because he's directly attacking trans, you know, people in the clip that's posted up. You know, he's saying straight up like, "Oh, why?" I won't go into the specifics of what he said, but it wasn't good. The video is right freaking there, right? You guys can go ahead and check it out. But man, so from what I recall, through what happened through this timeline, people went digging on Ceroblast, and then Ceroblast said some stuff in the past, dropping very offensive words with starting with N, you know, and it's just and then somebody clipped his channel saying, her channel, I'm sorry, Ceroblast channel, saying that she uses the hard R. And it's fine because it's part of the Black community. And that's been the trend happening right now on Twitter, everywhere. Everybody's, making memes about it. It's because the Black community, one side, low tier God, is attacking trans. And the other side, Ceroblast, says it's because the Black community and why they're the way they are. It's like, doesn't look good for any of them.
Mike, slow down. You're going so fast with the story. Let me juicing this guy. Let me juicing this up a little bit first, okay?
This doesn't need any extra juice.
This definitely needs a little juicing because before
put your mic in front of your mouth. Do you see how weird you
I just started using this mic. Leave me alone. Oh man,
that's the perfect time to try a new mic before.
All right, arm. Hold on, robot arm. Hold on, let me.
All right, there you go.
How about now? Robot arm. Is this okay?
Yeah,
we're good. Okay, so no juicing needed, but a little juice is needed. But no, basically there was another part before the second clip, right? Where hold
on, Mike, you're not playing the actual clips on there, right? On stream?
No, there's no.
No, we're not.
Don't play them. Yeah, I just started to chat. We're not playing them. Relax.
We're not playing. I'm just yeah. But it's just basically they reached out to some FGC TOs, right? That's kind of where it kind of started steamrolling because they reached out to the TOs. TOs responded and did some action work.
I don't think anyone reached out to the TOs. I think the TOs just saw it and responded.
Right.
No, people tagged the TOs.
Okay.
Yeah, they tagged, and they reached out and they just said like, hey, look, is this how it's going to be handled? So forth like that. But, long story short, like, and what MYK was saying was that it steamrolled out of control. And it went even more out of control. At all.
But basically what happened is LTG is now banned from EVO. He's banned from probably like every fucking event there is, right? Then on the other hand, because of Cero's comments, Cero's also banned from shit too, So that's the part that's out of control, as Suiken is saying. It's just like everyone's banned from everything.
Internet's
all pissed about everything.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't care. Like, I'm just so over all this stuff, really. Like, it's like, okay, if you fuck up, you get banned from shit. Cool. Like, that's fine. Like, and people, I guess, are just mad because, they're trying to relate the two things, like, oh, but this level of bad should be this much banning and this level of bad should be this much banning. I'm like, if you're banned, you're banned. That's it. Don't make mistakes. Don't get banned. I mean, like over time, maybe, things will be changed. And I think that's what they were trying to say with the Ceroblast bans, right? But, because they were like, I think the Ceroblast bans are worded in a way that's kind of like, next year and indefinitely onward, but like kind of in a we'll see kind of way, So it's not. I never saw it as a lifetime ban. And then on the other hand, the LTG one's like people have been asking for that for so long, and now he's finally banned. So there's a lot of stuff, in the FGC like this where people need to, people have been asking for accountability for stuff. Like people have been looking like infiltration or oh gosh, what's that guy who grabbed that girl's butt at the combo breaker the one year, Noel Brown and stuff. It's like there's been stuff like that. People just aren't. Some people are like, how come you didn't ban this? How come you didn't ban that? Whatever. And I think the FGC is crazy right now.
I think a lot of it ties into the whole pandemic being cooped up.
Exactly.
Everybody's going crazy. People are just like waiting, like spicing it up even more than it should be. But also at the same time, there should be accountability, like Rip said. If you do something out of line, you should get checked for it.
Yeah, and I see in the chat, people saying like it's crazy how this is the thing that gets LTG banned after everything he said. Yeah, that's not the point. Like the point is just like people are tired of him and doing this kind of stuff repeatedly. So this is just like the line. It's not that he said something worse before. We should have done it then. Like, who cares? He's done now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we should have done it then. It wasn't done then. It's done now. Like, there's no reason to go back and say like, well, he should have been done, 18 months ago when he said X, Y, Z. Yeah, okay, fine. But it wasn't. Now it is. Like, that's all you can really go with,
Yeah. People just looking to like blame the history behind it all of a sudden. But
bringing more things into it.
Yeah, exactly. It's done. It's done.
More.
It's happened. So
I think that's kind of where we are right now. Where everybody's cooped up. You can only grind so much in your main game, and then everyone's like, man, I can't grind at this. Let me grind some Twitter, bro. Let me grind some Twitter.
I mean, being cooped up is like definitely a thing, but you got to learn how to manage that shit. Because first of all, I know you two aren't married, but when you have a wife that is constantly on your back, I literally keep looking at her, and I'm like, what happened to us? Like, what happened to us? Like, this can't be. Is this my life? You know, every time, you know.
Is this my life?
Yeah.
Oh man,
at the end of the day,
you have a whole different set of problems than I have in the pandemic. You know,
oh man,
my problem is my hands are hurting from playing with Valorant.
My hands are hurting for
right now. The only problems I
much.
have is, you know, my daily life struggle is, you know, gotta take out the trash, change the kids, and
change the kids.
You know,
I don't want this one anymore.
We swap them out. We gotta be like, all right, you take the little one, I take the big one today. Like we gotta manage them with the neighbors. Yeah, like, dude, you gotta manage them. This one's driving my wife's crazy, so I have to take that one. Oh, those are the problems here. But hey,
look, man, I don't want to laugh at your issues right now, but man, you look tired, bro. It's like,
damn.
I'm sorry.
I'm tired of this drama.
People are listening to this on like Spotify or something. You know, shout out to Jin4576 for getting us on all the Spotify and all those other podcast problems.
If they're listening, I mean, I know if they're listening, they're laughing their ass off right now.
But they can't see your face. You know, they can't see how tired you actually look.
They can hear it in my voice.
I can see it though.
You can hear it in my voice.
It could just be the new mic. I don't know.
Like any family man person that hears, this, especially Way Gambles, he knows what I'm talking about, right? Like it's like. There'll be days like, damn, this is Romeo and Juliet. Then there'll be days it'd be like, holy shit, like we're gonna get divorced today. Like stuff is happening, but
and that's also
funny.
Likewise, everywhere else, man. Like people are getting crazy on Twitter and all that stuff. But
yeah.
On to some lighter news. You know,
I thought that was lighter news. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah,
you about to get divorced, changing your kids out with other kids? That's supposed to be lighter news.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You're reading this. You're reading this differently. I have 2 kids.
These are words that came out of your mouth
a little bit.
Damn,
you got to. Okay.
Damn. What? I don't want this one today. Let me swap them out for this model.
You guys won't know until you have children. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mike,
anyone that has children, let me tell you. He's got 2 dogs.
He's done.
This is a good one, Mike. One day, one of your dogs will be more needier than the other one, right?
Yes, always.
Yeah, always. See, right? So one day, one's going to be more needy. The other day, the other one is needy. It's like that. You swap them out. That's all I got to say. Rip's got to eat some nuts.
Weird.
Go ahead.
Move on to the next one. Moving on. Life advice from Suiken. You know, try to enjoy your time with your wives out there. Don't go crazy. Oh, yeah. And speaking of which, congratulations to Bronson. Holy shit. He's going to have a baby. Son of a gun did it. He done it. Congratulations to him and Kat. For real.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, seriously. But moving on to some
That's what happens when you get stuck. In a quarantine.
Start popping out babies because of quarantine. See, quarantine's changing a bunch of people.
Want to get pregnant? Yeah, let's get pregnant.
Yeah, why not? What else
are we doing anyway? Yeah.
I know, Uncle Jimmy coming over.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff.
Boy.
Ought to be good. But all right, so moving on to the Tekken news, we have a new patch that just came out. Patch 3.31, and we have some other news from Lord Harada and Michael Murray themselves. But in patch 3.31, we'll get into that in just a second. But let's look at Harada's tweet. I'll read it out to you guys here. We were planning more tuning updates for TWT 2020. However, due to the declaration of emergency, the tuning and debugging department and affiliated companies were suspended from work. Therefore, the current update is about 25 to 30%. Give us a little more time. So in the patch notes, we only got Hwarong, Kazuya Devil Jin. The Hell Sweep has been reverted. No longer do we have to just block. We can also sidestep left, sidewalk left, that shit. Katarina got buffs, Lucky Chloe, Gigas, Eliza, Suiken user.
You don't need to do all that, okay? Keep reading it normally.
Fahkumram got an adjustment.
Okay.
Leroy got an adjustment. Leroy got hit with some nerfs, some more.
Yeah, he did.
So yeah, that's
getting a truck of nerfs.
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the patch. What do you guys think of the patch so far?
let's talk about the patch, right? So, obviously with patch 3.30, people were complaining so much about the Kazuya Hellsweep. They were complaining about, the game is like, it's losing options. We don't like the direction the game's going now. They're making things 50-50s. They're taking out movement out of the game, et cetera, et cetera. The changes are so random. Why did these characters get changes? Why do other ones not? And then they released this, which was like, at first look, I looked at the patch immediately when it came out. It just happened to be released as I was streaming, right? So I looked it over immediately. I talked about it on stream, and I was like, wow, they actually specifically targeted characters that were people have been considered weaker in the tier list, right? Some of the changes were still a little like that one, like the first one with the Horong, like that was the top of the list was Horong. The first thing I read, and I was like,
that was just a bug fix,
actually.
That, if he finished the string, the up forward 3 plus 4/4 on Fahkumram, it will just whiff because of his midsection. So it was more of a bug fix. Yeah.
But like that was the first thing I saw, and I was like, "What the hell is this in the patch notes for?" Because I was like, the last patch 3.30 had a bunch of Horong stuff. Where like he got more buffs, So that was my first impression, right? But obviously, then I immediately see the Hellsweep got reverted, and I love how that was like the second thing listed because it's not even in alphabetical order, right? If you look through the patch notes, I was like, "What the hell? Like, why wasn't that the first thing listed?"
Yeah, at least it's not in Wingdings.
That is definitely one of the first things I saw was like, it's not Wingdings. Thank God.
No one's gonna come over here and ask for translation. Ever since 3.30 and all the debacle, right? Now it seems like they're more focused, more tuned, or maybe they already had this plan and everybody was in an outrage already for no reason. It's like, don't worry, guys. Maybe they had it under control this whole time.
Maybe they fired that last guy that put it out in fucking Wingdings.
Maybe they did that too. And what's funny to me? This is the first time I think they've done this where they patch and buff something in the last version, and immediately the next one they're like nerf it, revert it back. With
I like that they did it. I mean, I think that pretty much everyone agreed that they didn't like the change, but at the same time, they didn't revert the electrics, which I think was the bigger issue. Like when I saw the last patch, I thought electrics basically being unpunishable, like in reaction to the real match, it's like, how are you supposed to deal with this? Like the hitbox, this thing's already bigger, like you can step it, sure, but like good luck, and if you mess up, you're dead, and now you just reverted the Hellsweep change, which was still kind of the same. You block, they die, I understand people want the option of sidewalking to beat both options, etc., minimizing options, etc., but the electric is still untouched in this patch. Like that to me is the biggest thing that they didn't change back. And I feel like both of those things were pretty big. If I had to choose one myself personally, I probably would have left the Hellsweep one in and gotten the electrics changed back.
I don't agree.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying me personally.
Yeah.
Because I have Magic 4. I'll Magic 4 a Hellsweep, right? I'll block a Hellsweep. Like, Sice is my third option.
I mean, what I was thinking was that we don't have any history now. Like there's no offline tournaments. It's not effective to the point where we know it's like, oh shit, we cannot do anything against this thing, right? Like it's not been on any tournament. So like I think why they did that was I think the Hellsweep was pretty fucked up. So they went with that, and they are gonna leave the electrics to see what the feedback is later down the line. Because like you were saying, and Harada was saying, that it's not fully completed yet. They might have it ready, right? They might have it, but...
I mean, they could always do whatever they want, yeah.
Yeah. So,
but I think the thing about it, like without tournaments though, like people have been to practice mode with electric. You can go to practice yourself. Just do an electric and block, and then try to duck it and launch it, and it's hard. It's legit hard in practice mode. Like doing that shit in a real match after that, like, oh my God.
I know, but it kind of like brings back that. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Like what Suiken was saying, I'm so glad what you said, because that's exactly like the wavelength I was on with let it rock a little longer. Let's see if it's really an issue. Let it rock for like maybe 1 or 2 more patches or something, and then we'll revert it if it's really an issue. Because I'm kind of on the fence about the electric change, because I've been able to whiff punish it when I've been going up against other Mishimas online, right? And it doesn't feel that much crazier to me. I mean, I've seen the crazy tweets at the beginning, right, with like Low-High tweeting it out. Oh, I can't do anything against this, and I'm like, dude, I whiff punished it with Bob's 18-frame launcher. What's the problem? Like, so it's like
from ducking?
No, from just standing. Sidestep.
Yeah. Okay, no, see, like that might be okay, but I'm saying like I tried like ducking it on reaction, or like 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 somebody's wave dashing and I duck, and then I'm like, okay, there was electric there, and I try to punish it. And like the first time I tried to practice with myself, I was like, oh, you can still punish it. That's not so bad. And as I'm saying that, and just like letting practical run, I'm still doing it. I immediately didn't one, and I got it blocked, and I was like, oh, now I'm gonna get a launch to my while standing too. You know, like that's what it turned into. And so, you know, if I had a launcher from crouching that wasn't launched, punchable, and returned by an electric, then I wouldn't mind as much.
That's what I'm saying, dogs. That's what I'm saying. Okay,
electric is
the dogs are on my side on this.
Yeah, I mean, with the whole electric thing, though, I think it's fine to let it rock for a little bit longer.
They disagree. They totally disagree.
How are those kids treating you over there, Mike? See, needy. This one today.
This one's the needy one.
The needy one today.
This one's always the needy one. That's the problem. Okay.
Now the other one wants it. See,
why are you putting him on stream?
That's so funny. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the design philosophy on the electric. Maybe they'll let it rock for 1 or 2 more versions, and then they'll tweak it back if they have to. But overall, I think the patch has been pretty well received. I think everybody, all the chaos that happened after 3.30, it kind of is settling. You know, it seems a lot better. And you know what it is? You know, the first time I looked at the patch notes, I was like, Gigas ain't really that much better. I was like, sure, he got buffs, but then I was putting myself in the shoes of a Gigas main, you know? And I was like, if I was a Gigas main and I didn't see
all 8 of them,
right? And if I didn't get any significant buffs in season 1, I'm scrounging for scraps. I'll take whatever I could get, you know? It's like 5 more damage on 442.
I agree. Like Gigas is still the same. Elias is still the same. The only, I think the significant downgrade is Leroy, right? And Leroy definitely got that downgrade. He was in the top position.
Keep him coming.
Yeah, he's just steadily dropping down. He's not a struggling character, that's for sure. He's still decent, but
he's still hella good.
He's still like, now he's definitely not like, oh shit, did he just keep me at plus frames or what happened? You know, it's like, now I can hit buttons against this guy. You know, I can punish him now, you know, like little things here and there. Keep him coming. That's what I'm saying.
No, Leroy, I mean, he still has his cane. You know, his back 1+2 is unchanged. His while standing 2 still doesn't have the full animation, so it's hard to punish it when you block it. His down 3-2, you'll still stand up standing and blocking, and you feel like an idiot. You know, so that's still a pain in the ass move to deal with. The down 2-4 change, it's obviously it's a nerf, right? Because it's launch punishable for the down 2. But if he does a small delay to down 2-4 and you try to launch point that down 2, he's going to counter it more often than it did before. You know what I mean?
And then the second one's safer, but it could get low parry. Little mind game.
Right.
Yeah.
So the mind game there is strong with the down 2, but it's still there. And I honestly think it's going to counter it more than it did before. Like obviously I haven't been playing with it much lately, but I do think so.
Like Geese's back 3-2, right? When they made it punishable, who's gonna punish it?
Right.
Who's gonna really stick their fucking limbs out on that shit?
I know, like,
but that was a launch though, right? This is just a knockdown, but still, like, it's the same kind of mind game applies. You're right. The up 4 3+4 thing was a weird nerve. Like everyone's like, I read and I was like, okay, now you can interrupt or whatever. Who uses up 4 3+4 as like a neutral attack with Leroy?
Nobody did anyways. It was like whatever.
That's a combo choice.
Yeah, if they fuck up the combo, great, but whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not something. If it had affected the combos from working, you know, because it has more recovery between the 2 hits or something, then okay, that makes some sense to me. But if it just as a punishment thing, like, then I don't see like that as even being a nerf because people aren't using that in neutral.
Yeah, that's whatever. That one was definitely whatever. With the big one, then, down forward 1 being normalized to -3.
Yeah.
Woo. That one's good.
Woo. Yeah, so Leroy's still good. Oh, yeah, they didn't change the tracking on his hell sweep, you know?
Yeah.
His one's
back 4 is still amazing. His hell sweep still tracks. He's still good. His
orbital breaks the wall. Still gives
I mean, but in this patch, right, where the hell sweep gets reverted back, Leroy stays the same. You know, like
that's what I thought was going to change too. Yeah, I like get rid of the homing hell sweeps, dude. They shouldn't track. Like they should at least have a weak side, especially like Leo's, especially if it's going to high crush as well. It's like so stupid.
They should just add bold lettering. Like guilty gear, like hell sweep coming, and just fucking block that shit.
I wish. That would be nice.
Yeah. So basically, Leroy is basically the biggest nerfs in this patch, but he's still hella good, and there's still a lot more they need to do with them. Down back 1+2 needs to have no pushback on it, so that you can punish it -11 every single time that he does it.
Smaller window on the parry too. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that I don't mind the parry window if it's punishable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you block and it's -11, like I don't mind that if the parry window's big. Because then it's just like a setup situation. You can sidewalk it, punish them, whatever. But like the fact that it's -11, it's got this pushback that you cannot reach it. Like what the hell is even the point?
Yeah, the whole thing with Leroy that I don't like is that he was supposed to be this dope ass character. It's honestly their best design for a Tekken 7 character, in my opinion. Everybody else in Tekken 7 has kind of been whatever, right? Or guest characters, which are dope. But in terms of a original Tekken 7 character, I felt as though Leroy was the coolest one. But he's kind of got this tarnished and tainted reputation because he came out so OP. And now he's been getting toned back. So it's like if somebody was considering to main him, and it's just like feels bad, just keep getting nerfs every season. So it's just like he's in this weird spot, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, the other problem is that the entire game is in a weird spot now because like this was my whole complaint about things before, right? Like when the 3.3 hit, everyone's like, "Oh my god, we're gonna like have this community uproar and outrage about the game and the state of the game, the direction it's going, whatever." I'm like, bro, the game is like relatively unchanged. It's basically the same game, you know? Like, what if they buff the lower tier characters, right? Like, what if they buff Gigas, Eliza, Katarina, Lucky Chloe, all in one patch? What's gonna happen? Nothing. The game is like the same. Even after this patch, which is what I'm talking about, right? They buffed Katarina, they buffed Lucky Chloe, they buffed Gigas. Are these characters all now top tier? Was it worth all that? It's not going to change that much. Like, sure, if you're a specialist in those characters, now you'll be like, all right, I can do more stuff.
Yeah,
what
do you think their plans are? Is it just to keep people happy? Is it just to make everybody happy, or just give? I think
they're screwed. I think they are so screwed. Like, I think that Namco and the community now, because of them listening, I guess, but I can't really blame them for that. But you know, when Namco said, "Hey, put your thoughts together in an organized Reddit thread or whatever," they lost. They immediately lost. They cannot win from that situation ever again. It's, in my eyes, like maybe there's a solution out there. I think they lost already. It's over, because now what happens is community gives feedback. They don't get that happening. If that doesn't happen, community gives outrage about it, right? Like, oh my God, right? And now from this patch, they said, hey, if you give us outrage, we'll release another patch that addresses your outrage, which is completely the wrong way to go. Because now you have,
you're feeding that outrage.
It's just a cycle now, right? And it's like, oh wow, that's not what I want to be in the game. Let's complain more, guys. Everyone get together. Everyone loves it when everyone complains a lot. It's gonna be fun to be in that community. No, it's not. NRS has been doing it for years. It sucks, right? And now, literally, the entire tech community is headed in that direction. And I don't see how you get out of that loop. I really don't, unless you just stop listening to them.
It's a vicious cycle, yeah. It's just
and they're screwed at this point. So, hopefully, like I said already that I think Leroy needs more nerfs, and Harada said that there's more coming in terms of the changes, like they're only 25% done, whatever. So the game is still going to change. This isn't like the arcade days. The game will continue to change, but I think that most people want the game to start staying the same more than changing. And I think that we're in this big state right now where things are just like constantly in flux. At least there's no tournaments, like that's the upside, right? There's like we have our weekly Wednesday night fights, but there's no like TWT going on. So it's kind of okay for it to change this much, but it's definitely not a pattern we all want to be in, right? We want the game to stay the same as long as possible.
But yeah, it seems like patch 3.31, everybody's happy because the hell sweep thing mostly, right? But for the most part, I feel as though it's just giving some players, some like Gigas mains or something, Katarina mains, a little something just to like a band-aid for like all the stuff they nerfed, or like the character not being that great to begin with and stuff like that. So it's just like make them happy. But yeah, I think overall it's been well received because that hell sweep change mostly. But the real changes don't really make that much of a difference, or it doesn't make a huge difference.
Sure,
really.
But like, what are these people who are complaining about these characters even really expecting? Like, what does Gigas need? We talked about this on the Wave Dash podcast. Like, what does Gigas need to make him like up there with like Mishima's? Like,
I mean, I don't think
give him a tracking hell sweep.
I don't think they need to go that far, but I think people.
But I'm saying, like, what do these people want? Like, this is the kind of patch, in my eyes, is what you give a character, right? Like, if you go back to like Tekken 5 to DR, or Tekken 6 to BR, Tekken Tag 2 to Unlimited, the kind of change you see in characters, like these are the kind of changes you get. You don't get something drastic most time, like maybe one new move or something, right?
Yeah,
like even when you switch Tekken games from like Tekken 5 to 6,
or like,
you know what I mean? Like how many moves get added to a character?
Change. That's about it. Yeah, a couple of those,
exactly. So that we're getting those kind of changes here, and like, but people are like, you know, what do they want? They want all these characters to be like super top tier, like bring up the weaker characters, you know, like. I don't know, man. I think everyone's being really complaining and whiny and unnecessarily so.
I think the Gigas,
that's my view.
Like for the Gigas community or the Gigas gang, right? I think the main thing that they've been asking for is like give him a throw mix-up, give him a throw game. You know, it's this big burly character, and then he only
give
has
everybody a throw mix-up. Everybody wants it. You know what I mean? If they revert the throw, system, you know the system where it used to be. Guess what? Everyone got something now, right? Like you got to learn how to break throws, but
that would honestly be the best system change and a buff to a lot of like characters like Gigas for
the entire like online ranks would have to be reset.
Yeah,
that would be tight,
they wouldn't know how to break the throws. They wouldn't understand. They're not.
Now we're
playing
some
out.
Tekken.
Yeah.
Throws are
actually
a thing.
Like you guys remember in Tekken Tag 2, online throws were easier to break than offline throws. You guys remember that?
Yeah,
like,
that was weird.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
And so now in Tekken 7, the throws are like the Tekken Tag 2 online throws in my eyes. Like no one ever tested the frame data online in Tekken Tag 2 for the throw break, I don't think. But I feel like that's how it is now, right? Like the throw window is huge, right? Mm-hmm. So I was saying, what if they, then they had this Fahkumram thing where the throw window is small and everyone's like in a panic, right? But you can still break it, mm-hmm. right? And so I was thinking, like, what if they go kind of halfway with it, right? Like they make you hit the right button, but they leave the big ass throw break window.
Yeah, I think
right?
that's
I think
the
it might be okay now,
dude. I think the throw break window is good, generous enough that they should just revert it, in my opinion. Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, moving on. I think the balance and everybody is a lot happier because they complained about the hell sweeps. Everybody got the hell sweep change, reverted. And also some of the people that felt left out in the previous versions or the previous patches, they got a little something. Maybe it's not something to make that character push them over to the next tier or anything, but hey, if you're a Gigas main, congrats to you guys. You guys got 5 extra damage. Whoop-de-fucking-do. But moving on, Michael Murray also did mention as well with this new.
They're going to come after you now, Mike.
The Gigas gangs? All 8 Gigas?
All 8 of them are going to come after
I'm part of that gang. What do you mean? I'm the 8th member.
You're the hidden 8th member, but then you really talk all the shit to the Gigas.
12.5% of the whole community.
Yeah. I am.
He's like, good job, Gigas gang. Whoa.
I'm just speaking truth. But also to move on, Michael Murray mentioned on his Twitter, and I'll read it out loud for you guys as well. Patch 3.31 is being prepared to address certain unintended issues in the game and is coming soon. I think we only need to read the first half because the second half, who gives a fuck about save replays? But yeah, unintended issues. Suiken, you kind of mentioned a little something too, and I've heard some other people in the community. Saint mentioned it on Twitter as well. Is the inputs feeling weird? Is that what they're mentioning? Is that what he's saying about this?
I think so, because now I had a talk about RIP. Some people feel it, some people don't, right? It's sporadic. It's like some people might have said like nothing's changed. I don't feel any difference.
To clarify, when I talked to you about this last night at the Wednesday Night Fights, but we were talking about whether offline and online are different. Like if there are issues happening online with inputs, right? I haven't seen them yet, right? Right. But if they are in the engine of the game since this patch, then you should be able to replicate them offline. That's what I was saying. So I'm saying I don't know if it's an online issue or an offline issue.
I think it's an online issue is what they're reverting to. Yeah, because I got a lot of feedback after about the whole -9 being punished and so forth like that. But I think besides that, I think that we had some underlying issues already with the online system. I mean, it could be that. I mean, who am I supposed to know, right? But I know the majority. Like I play a lot of online. MYK plays online. I know Rip, you don't play as much. I know you do sometimes, but not as much as we do.
I played a lot this week. I'm saying with the patch, bro. I'm saying with the patch. What do you want me to do? Like this is the time I played a lot.
But you
Voice
know,
got high.
looking at this tweet from Michael Murray, this is honestly, I think, the first time they ever really mentioned anything about some kind of
His tweet was about the
issues?
Fahkumram throw. That tweet is about Fahkumram throw being patched.
Is it?
Yeah, is before the patch came out. That's the
No,
tweet you're reading.
he's saying 3.31. That's the one that Fahkumram's
Yeah,
patch
3.31
was already
Yeah,
the
I
one
think-
with the throw adjusted.
Yeah,
No, but I'm saying that tweet that you read, isn't that the one from before that patch came out?
No, this is
no, no.
Wait,
Is
maybe
it?
I'm looking at a different tweet. Where is it?
You're
Yeah, I
looking
thought
at
so.
a different one, I think, aren't you?
Lincoln Mike?
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure your tweet is older.
All right, I'm gonna have to do this. I have to do
Yeah.
this.
Bank of America, huh?
Yeah.
Mike, you got to be careful with that.
Wait, what do you mean? What?
What's that starting? What's happening?
What Bank of America? You're scaring me. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mike. See, past 3.31 is being prepared to address. This is before it came out
Ah.
to address certain unintended issues, which was the Fahkumram throw. That's what he's
they're
talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yes, 100%, Mike. Even Harada said it.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, Harada even said it was about the throw specifically. He's noticed the throw was like an unintended thing, and then Michael Murray posted this tweet where he said unintended, same thing. So they both used the word unintended, except Harada actually said it was about Fahkumram throw.
So that kind of
That
worries
Michael
me.
Murray.
That kind of worries me because I think the last time we had a podcast on the BOOMcast here, and last time we were on the Wave Dash episode as well with that Blast Islami and everybody on that episode. Everybody's been talking about the netcode, but I'm kind of concerned that they never even address it, never even bring it up. And, you know, with people saying like the input thing being weird with the latest patch, I've been seeing a couple tweets about that. And also every patch that they come out with, the netcode's been getting worse and worse and worse. You know, it's just, are they going to ever address it? Do you guys think?
I disagree with you completely on this. Like, I am one of the, I guess, only people on the planet who feel like the netcode is the same as it was on launch. Like, I don't understand.
No,
like,
I understand that's how you feel, but do you think they're
no,
gonna...
but that's what I'm saying. And okay, and separate of that, like, are they ever going to change it? I don't see how they could. Like, I've talked about it so many times, right? Like, there's this big argument, like, does Tekken 7 have rollback? It's not even a big argument. Everyone's like, Tekken 7 doesn't have rollback, is what everyone says. I say, I think it does. Everyone says, no, it doesn't. Look at this, blah, blah, blah. The life bars roll back. They're like, no, you can do that with delay-based netcode, whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. Point being, I think there's rollback netcode. If they want to make it better, they're going to have to redo the whole thing. If it's delay-based netcode, if they make rollback netcode, they have to redo the whole thing. Either way, it's a shitload of work to do. You know, it's like so massive. And my thought process on, you know, the game already having rollback netcode, I made a whole video. It's like 30-minute videos on the YouTube channel already. Talking about it, but is that I put it on limitations of the PS4. I was saying, like, I think the game has rollback, but it's just a few frames, and that the PS4 cannot even do more than that, right? Like, I think the magic number that NRS is using is like 7 frames, right? And so I'm just saying, like, okay, so let's pretend that Tekken does way less than that, and to get to 7, you have to have way more processing power. I think most people would agree that Tekken 7 looks better than most other fighting games out there, graphically. Right? Like, I don't know if that's actually what people think, but that's what I think.
I think
Right. So if it's taking up more CPU power, this is my theory here, right? Let me just finish the theory. So my theory is that if it's taking up more CPU power, graphic power, whatever, then to do the netcode, like, rollback requires a lot of CPU hardware power, essentially. So if you need more CPU power to put in bigger rollback, bigger netcode, and you're limited by the PS4, what are you supposed to do in that situation? Do you just say, all right, well, skip the PS4. We'll just put good netcode on PC and just totally abandon the other platform that's our partner?
So they add the same.
Game?
So you're saying they add the same netcode to both systems, but since the PS4 can only max out at a certain number, that they can't put a better netcode on PC. Is right?
I would say I could see why they wouldn't do that. Is what I'm saying. Like, because I think when you publish a game with like with PlayStation or Xbox, whatever, there's some kind of thing that says like, these things have to be like semi-equivalent, whatever. You can't just make ours the shitty version, you know, and have this other better feature on the other versions, whatever. You know, I think that's like probably a pretty common publisher agreement thing.
I see. So it could be the hardware that's holding us back from better netcode.
I think so. Yeah, and like I said, like, I could be off in this, but pretty sure. I'm pretty darn sure. Like, and the whole reason, just to go back, I really don't want to get super deep, but like, when we went from Tekken 6 to Tekken Tag 2, that's, I think, when we went from delay-based to rollback. And then I think that Tekken Tag 2 to Tekken 7, they've already said multiple times it's like the same thing as Tekken Tag 2. So I feel like we've already had rollback since Tekken Tag 2. And there's a lot of proof in the pudding. If you go back to Tag 2, how they took off all the stage background stuff, whatever.
That's what I was going to say next, yeah.
And all of that was to reduce CPU overload. And like I was like, at the time, I remember saying like, why would you need to do that? Like, that's not even something you have to sync on the netcode. It's not about syncing that information on netcode, which is what I thought at the time. It's about saving CPU resources so that you can do the rollback netcode.
But since T7 online ranked and all that keeps all the stage backgrounds, everything loaded, just like it would be offline, do you think that could be it too? They were saving. I'm
saying it's definitely using up CPU resources for sure. Yeah. But I mean, there's also not like, random sheep and stuff walking around the background of any of the Tekken 7 stages.
So the netcode...
And you have a helicopter spinning, that's about it.
So the netcode being improved is a lost cause. There's probably no way that it could ever happen.
I think the only way that they could afford to put in new netcode is if they had like Season 4 and no new characters. You know what I mean? It's like, it's that big of a development cost to redo the whole infrastructure of it. And on top of it, like, can it even work on the PS4 with Tekken 7? I don't even know. Like, I literally don't know.
That's a good segue onto the next topic. If you guys didn't know, Bandai Namco, their website, EU version, they released this website, updated web page or whatever, but for some weird reason, everybody's kind of up in arms about this weird blacked out silhouette NA character. What is this?
I still don't really know the full story on this whole thing. So they put out a tweet or something about this?
No, so it was recently updated, right? And it's kind of
the website is updated. Is that what you're saying?
the website was updated, but before that, the week after, Steam had received
the four things, right? Four or five
like
items,
little updates.
Right? Yeah, hidden. It wasn't actually live.
Yeah. So it kind of like stirred the pot a little bit, like, oh, what is this? Obviously it could be anything, right? It could be like bullshit, honestly, right? But this new update, because it's right behind Fahkumram, this silhouette character kind of threw a big are they gonna put something else out that we don't know about?
But it's so strange, right? Because it's like we currently have 49. Maybe they're like Street Fighter 5 CE, like closing it up. This is it for the last version or two.
50 is the magic number.
Yeah, they stopped it at the magic number 40. Tekken, why not just put one more in and round it off to a nice 50? You think that's what it is? Do you think, are we getting a season 4 or are we getting a season 3.5 and then that's it? With like,
it's such a specific,
and then the
silhouette character.
The couple of those DLC things that we saw is like costumes and others, a couple stages and like stuff like that. Jukebox for PC or some shit. Like, what if it's stuff like that?
Yeah, we don't know anything. I hadn't considered, right, like whether a season 3.5 could be like the end of Tekken 7, right? Like that's the question mark in my mind has always been, how far can Tekken 7 go? I feel like it's the best Tekken. I feel like if you make a new Tekken, you end up risking making a mistake, like making a Guilty Gear Strive or something where like you turn off a bunch of community, so I feel like the safest thing to do when you have something successful like Tekken 7 is to just keep pumping out seasons until you can't anymore, right? Like obviously I think a lot of people are like, there's too many characters at this point, like we're reaching that point, but then it's like,
dude, Tag 2 had
really
like
too many.
How many?
I'm just saying, like we have like 49 right now, right? Like does that mean 54 is too many? 53 is too many? We already have 49. Like, is it really that different at that point? Like, I don't know. I feel like we're at the point already where it's not going to matter. It's already far gone, right? But we're all liking the game. We're enjoying it anyway.
I like how this game started out with we want to trim the fat a little bit, and then core
That's what Harada said at the beginning. Remember?
Yeah,
and then remember how pissed everyone was?
Yeah. They was doing that interview,
like
right?
80 characters. Now there's only 10. Whatever,
That was like the whole movement, right? Don't ask me for shit movement type of deal when he had that talk and stuff, and then they revealed the shirts, and Michael Murray's like.
But this is something that Rip said a while ago. He said, if this is the only game that they could keep Akuma and Geese, all these guest characters, then why not keep this game out as long as possible while we could have those characters in the game? Akuma.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever said that on the Boomcast, did we? Because I think we might have just been like a random conversation. But basically, what I said was
we mentioned it a while.
Yeah, I'll repeat it real quick. But basically, like if they have the contracts to have like Akuma and Geese Howard in Tekken 7, like, and you can just keep on keeping seasons to keep it in there. Like, if you make a whole Tekken 8, you probably got to like renegotiate all that stuff again,
Exactly.
But if you just say like, oh, it's still Tekken 7, bro, we still have Akuma, we still have Geese Howard. Like, can we get some Shang Tsung in here? Mokujin, like, let's go.
Yeah.
That would be tight. Still. I hope that was your idea, Mike. I hope that happens.
Dude, Shang Tsung would be dope. He's the new Mokujin. Yeah, that is my idea. But yeah, it's very interesting because the silhouette of this hidden new character, nothing at all is known about this mysterious fighter. Looks like a guy. Looks like a male.
Well, so here's the thing about this thing, right? There's two things about this. Number one, people are saying it's a female luchador because if you run it through Google Translate, it says whatever, right?
Wait, what?
But I feel like, yeah. And like, so number one, if that's true, then it's probably JC, right?
But
number
why?
two, they're just saying it could just be some like garbage, like translation thing, where it's like a generic statement kind of thing about a new fighter coming. And then on top of that, somebody else said that that image that everyone's looking at has been a generic placeholder image they've used for everything in the past. So everyone's looking at this thing like, oh my god! Like
what are the signs?
I had two people like tweet out, and they were like, I think that looks like Rip, and I'm like,
he definitely has a collared shirt. Holy shit!
I'm not gonna be. Rip used to wear collared shirts, like.
He also used to wear mascara, so
I've never worn mascara. People there wear mascara right now. I just don't sleep.
I don't know, that one video of you definitely looked like mascara, but yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Alright.
It's all
Anyway,
good, man.
point is,
It's 2020.
Point is, it's that whole thing. That image might be a placeholder. I'm pretty sure it's a placeholder. And that it's not actually like the silhouette, like the when they did the silhouette thing, like who's that figure in the doorway, whatever.
Who's that Pokemon?
Pokemon. That's what I was gonna say too.
You nerds. They had the in Tekken 7 to launch before we had Akuma. It was who's that silhouette in the doorway with Kazumi, right? And like who's the doorway guy, whatever. And I always think it was Jinpachi at the time. Turns out it was Akuma. I don't think that this is that. I think this is just like a random image placeholder.
Damn, they just went to Getty Images, stock image of a silhouette.
I think it is.
That's what I was thinking. Like, is it like everyone's saying it's a stock image? It's not really the character. It could be anybody. But I'm like thinking to myself, like, okay, why are they putting it there, right? Like number 50.
Because they're wingding font things, bro. That's why they're putting it there.
This is the same guy before.
It's the same guy. He got moved off the bounce notes.
Damn, he got moved to the EU website. Get on, bitch.
This is gonna stir the pot.
Get on.
He's like, this guy doesn't write English anymore. He writes in wingdies. Put him on the Espanol site.
But I don't know, man.
They demoted him over here to do something else.
It's just too clean, These many 10 characters across, 5 characters down, It's just like, Namco.
Could be onto something there.
Yeah, we are onto something. They had that, the 4 or 5 things in DLC possibly coming out, and this mysterious character. What are they cooking? What are they cooking up in there over there?
I don't know. The silhouette reminds me of like an Initial D character. Because of the way they're designed.
I see it too.
Look, man, I think I agree with the chat right now. I think it's going to be Rip with Forest Law's moveset. That would be tight. That would be super tight. I'm down. I'm super down. Back 1-2-1, baby.
Oh, God.
And you know how, man, yeah, there's some good ideas there.
Terrible idea.
That's not a good idea.
You know how like Law? Remember, Mike? I told you about the move I wanted for Forest Law, like in the future Tekken, like you Tekken move 20 years in the future, and Marshall's gone, whatever, and then you give Forest Law down back 3 into like Demo Man into the DSS 1+2 DSS forward one ender. That would be such a sick Demo Man for Forest Law, and it can track like Leroy's. That'd be tight.
I'm so glad you don't work for Namco.
Yeah. I'm so glad this is not your silhouette.
I've read Twitter. I work for Namco. I've read Twitter.
I'm so glad you don't.
They all seem to think so.
Law's already good enough. But yeah, I think that's pretty much about it for all the topics today.
Really?
That's it. That's pretty much it.
There's gotta be something else.
Am I missing something else, guys? I think that's pretty much it in the whole Tekken
What
world.
else happened?
TWT's
There was that Indonesia event. Yeah, Indonesia event got postponed from COVID, right? Evo said that they will have news for us soon about what's happening with Evo. I think Evo's canceled.
I think there's no way. Yeah, I think 2020 is canceled. TBA. Yeah.
I don't know. After that last, so after the news of that Las
IFGC
Vegas
Max, thank you.
mayor making a fucking fool out of herself.
What did she say?
She said some stupid ass shit that I'm not even gonna say. Anyways, It was just like she was on a few days ago. She was on the news and she had said some shit about saying like she was going to use Las Vegas citizens as a almost like opening up the casinos as a testing grounds to see if it's gonna spread type of thing, right? Yeah, some stupid shit like that, right? And everyone's in up and down. I was like, yo, I do not want to go to Evo now after this.
Chat seems but the chat is also saying that she's gonna let Evo happen.
She's trying to keep the casinos open right now. She wants to open them back up.
I mean, so here's the thing, right? A lot of these events could not cancel. Or like they had to cancel themselves because the city wasn't canceling it for them, right?
Exactly.
And so what ended up happening is that's why they end up owing the hotels because they're canceling the event, not the city, right?
So they end up maybe this is the tug of war that Evo is playing with.
So I think that's why.
What was the hand gesture you were doing right now, Mike?
I'm not doing it again. Fuck you.
He was like the tug of war.
Fuck you.
So
I realized it too when I looked at the capture. Oh god.
Oh man. So the point I was trying to make though, Evo, like the reason we haven't heard about a cancellation from it is because they're waiting for the city or the state to say that they can't have the event so they can cancel it, because if Evo cancels themselves, then they're gonna be the ones liable for like the conventions center fee cancellations or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what they're waiting for. And now, like with this situation, where if like the mayor's like, no, we can have events, and Evo's like, well, I guess we're having Evo, otherwise we owe them like $1 bajillion. That might be something that actually happens. So who knows? Maybe Evo is going to happen. Yeah, you guys can all afford flights now. It's going to be cheap.
But is it actually gonna happen? If
you can go there for like.
Would you guys go,
dude? Like $60 flight or a $20,000 medical bill for your life. Like that's
so get a Canadian citizenship and then go to Evo. Is that what I got to do the next few months?
It's going to be Canadians at Evo.
I think they're closed right now. The borders are all closed.
Oh, damn. You're probably right.
Yeah, the borders are closed. Yeah. But if you're a single Canadian lady, go ahead, Rip. Get up on it.
Wait, what happened? I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Single Canadian ladies, I'm available. Is that what you said? Is that what we're talking about here? They got nice accents. Mike is going to agree with that.
Wow.
No, he is not going to agree with anything because right now, that silhouette in the background is his girlfriend.
A boot? What are you talking about? That accent?
I think, look, the only thing I know about Canadian accents is Bobby's World. The cartoon. Yeah, Mike probably doesn't remember. Do you remember that shit, Suiken?
Yeah. Bobby's World. Hey, Bobby.
I think they were Canadian.
Hey, Bobby. Yeah.
You guys are old. God, what are you guys talking
about? Hey,
Bobby. What?
Hey, Bobby.
See, Mike, it's cool. Don't worry about it. But yeah, Evo, we'll see what happens. We got some time.
Yeah, it's scary, man. Yeah, especially because like some of us, we all work at the event too, so it's just like.
I mean, people were telling me, dude, like when all this stuff happened, like people thinking maybe Combo Break was gonna happen, right? And they were like, if Combo Break is allowed, are you gonna go to it? I'm like, I don't know, man. Like,
I'm gonna go in a fucking astronaut suit, dude. Just a full body suit, astronaut helmet, and everything. Welcome everybody to Evo 2020.
That's not a bad idea. If I have to go to my first event, who knows, right? But you guys hear about Atlanta or Georgia, I should say, the state governor there? They're like opening up stuff early, and like even Trump saying like, "Oh man, I don't know about that."
Damn, Trump saying
so the thing about Georgia that's crazy to me. Sorry, this is so off topic from tech and everything. But the thing that's crazy about Georgia for me is like I feel like just like 2 or 3 weeks ago, right? 2 or 3 weeks ago, they were like, "Hey, by the way, you guys are on lockdown now because we just found out yesterday that asymptomatic people can spread the disease." And like they found that out like a month after the rest of the world, and so they put everyone on lockdown then, and now they're the first ones to come out like, all right, bro.
You can put Georgia with the list of Florida and all these people at Huntington Beach.
They're getting up there, man. They're like number 2 right now, right after Florida.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry for going off topic.
Yeah, no, I mean that's pretty much all the topics today. I mean,
yeah.
Wow. People getting banned from Evo, and then Evo probably not even happening. So, like, yeah, it's crazy out there.
I don't know. Do you think it's gonna happen or not, Mike?
If it does happen,
yeah,
I don't know.
That's a better question.
Yeah.
If Evo happens, who's going? Are you going, Suiken?
I don't think I'm going.
I don't know.
I've been going every year since
I have to update my will before I go if I'm going to go.
I've gone every year since 2006 except 2008. So
when they didn't have Tekken.
That's a long time to be consistent. And now you're going to drop it even if it happens?
I don't know. It's kind of scary.
Hazmat suit.
It's hella scary.
Yeah.
I think if I go, if they have Evo, I might go, but I'm not going to talk to anybody. I'm just going to go and I'm going to work it. I'm going to wear a mask. I'm not going to shake no hands, and then I would just leave.
I mean, honestly, I don't think
that's what I would do.
The thing is, even let's pretend it does say
sharing
go on.
commentary mics with other people,
dude.
And stuff,
we're still not accepting international travel from certain countries right now. Mm-hmm. So players that want to come, and their top players their visas are not going to get approved. They're not going to come through.
Yeah.
So that means it's more or less going to be a large local.
That sounds like the kind of Evo I can win.
Okay. The important things are coming out right now, huh, Rip?
I'm just saying, man. Look, if Evo happens, I think we all agree it's not going to be a giant spectacle like it normally is, right? But I'm just saying, if that even happens, would you guys go?
If you go, probably not.
Damn, if you go, probably not. Damn.
You got
if I do, I'm telling you, hazmat suit, astronaut suit, at least some kind of suit. Something.
Yeah. We'll see, man.
Wear a slingshot suit.
I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm. You don't know what a slingshot suit is?
It's probably something sexual. No,
I don't think I want to know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm scared too.
Yeah, and I saw somebody made this tweet and somebody tagged me on Twitter like they do, and they're like, hey man, this is a great idea. We should do this. And they were talking about TWT being an online circuit. I'm like, no. No. What are you thinking? No.
We had problems yesterday with Texas alone already.
Texas to California gives us problems. You want to run the TWT online?
You know what I was thinking, though?
You don't need a visa. Just connect to California really quick. Yeah, right.
You know this, Rip. You've been playing people from the East Coast. Your subs from the East Coast, right? Mm-hmm. I played a couple people from the East Coast or the Midwest, and I feel like the connection is stable, right? I'll be like, okay, I can manage it. I could play Joey Fury first of 5 or Color Core, right? It's not too bad. I played Anakin this week alone perfectly fine. We were doing really good sets. And then for some strange reason, anyone I get with Texas is I might as well play. I'm playing underwater, on pad. On a pad. It's just the worst thing ever. Why is that? Why do you think it's like that?
It's probably just the way that the network infrastructure is built across the country. Depending on whatever. For something to get from one point to another, the number of stops in between, basically. Right. You know what I mean? Maybe in Texas, there's way more stops for some reason, or those stops suck. You know what I mean? They're handling data, whatever.
Or way less stops.
Yeah. No,
they
less
should
stops would be better.
Stop getting connections from us. How about that? Literally,
just add a filter.
Region filters, 3.32. USA without Texas.
That's it. Just select that no Texas.
There should be an option for that, just to turn off Texas.
Damn, filters just for state. Let me not get matched up with Texas.
I mean, we laugh about it, but think about it. If we were getting bad connections from certain areas, it'd be great to just avoid those areas. Problematic areas.
It's weird. I don't know if it's exactly areas, because I thought it was player to player servers, right, or network connections or whatever, right?
It is like that, but when you go player to player, you're still going through different networks.
Yeah.
So it's still region based. They were talking about when they're building GGPO, right? If you go look at what the Canadians are saying in South America, they're getting really random issues where two countries who are geographically very close would have major connection issues because of their connection to the internet with each other. But if they were going from there to the US, it was better than playing someone in the country in South America next to them, which makes no sense, by geographic space, but because of the way the network infrastructure is built in those regions.
Crazy.
Huh. Yeah, super crazy.
Yeah, for all you Wi-Fi warriors out there, get yourself an Ethernet cable. It's $5 to $10. If you don't have $5 to $10, maybe you guys shouldn't be on.
Well, see the thing, everyone's buying the Ethernet line. There's still a difference in quality, Mike. You know, you cannot go to the 99-cent store and buy Ethernet cable because that shit
You kind of can.
It's
you
called-
can, but it's not.
If you went to a 99-cent store and bought an Ethernet cable, I would bet it's better than most people's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I agree. But then your house would probably catch on fire when you plug
And you know
it
what?
in.
You would have a good game experience until that happened. You know,
I'm going down with this house. Look at these sick ass combos. I could hit them finally.
Oh man.
it's just so crazy to me, man. I mean, we talk about Wi-Fi so much, right? But like, you pay like $400 for a console, right? Or like $1,000 for a computer, $60 per game, so you can play the shittiest version of that thing online. Like literally, like it would cost you $10 more to play that thing so much better for everyone who you play against and for yourself, most importantly.
You're making too much sense, Rip. You're making
you really need
too
to
much
calm
sense.
down, Rip, because you got to realize some of these players.
We're all cooped up, losing our minds. So we can't make sense of the world
They got to
anymore.
ask their mom and dad for permissions. Okay, they're not grown ups like you and I and the rest of us, right? There's some of them are like, well, you know what? Should I think I could fake this Wi-Fi. You know, I could do it. Who cares, right?
Dude, you know, going back to Guilty, which we started on, right? There's no Wi-Fi indicator in that game either, right? But when I played someone, it was so clear who was on Wi-Fi and who wasn't.
Yeah.
Like,
it should
crystal
really
clear.
become the new standard. As much as a fucking health bar is prominent in a fighting game, except for Smash, they have percentages, right? Some kind of display of some kind of health bar or a timer or some shit, right? Have a fucking Wi-Fi indicator. Like it's not impossible.
Necessary.
It should be a
and-
standard, I think.
And people they can fake it and do dumb shit, you know, but like, and also one of the things, this is so crazy that people think that if they're plugged in with an Ethernet cable that's then connected to a Wi-Fi repeater, that they think that they're connected to Ethernet.
Oh my God.
That's not how that works. It's not how that works.
You know, sometimes I lose so much faith in humanity when I hear stuff like that. I'm just
I mean, like, look, I'm an IT guy, so I get it, you know, but like,
oh God.
Man. Yeah, that's not how that works.
Oh God. Oh God. Let me connect my Ethernet to some Wi-Fi. Then it'll work. Like,
See, I'm plugged in, guys.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that is how it is. But hopefully, I think that's about it for this episode. Those are all the topics: Guilty Gear, the drama, the patches. News has been a little slow. But we're getting through it, man.
Chat, my friend's father thought you could get 2 Wi-Fis to make it faster.
You know what? I've heard of that too. Working in the cable industry, I've heard it all.
Oh yeah, you know what? Like Time Warner or something, right?
Yeah, Time Warner, Spectrum, and stuff. I worked for a long time, and
God.
I worked in an apartment that the technicians.
And he lives in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's like
And
Super
the
Saiyan levels.
Technicians would call into me to help troubleshoot with them, right?
Yeah.
And I would always fuck with the technicians too. Always. I always test the technicians because some of the technicians are just like they're I'm glad I'm not working for them right now, right? Or in general, I'm glad I'm not working anymore for them. But some of the times, technician calls in, they say the dumbest shit too. Just say the dumbest shit. Like they'll be like, "Hey, this router is only giving me 5 up and 10 down," or some shit like that, right? So I always say like, "Hey, it's one of those new modems. You got to flip it upside down and then scratch the serial number." And it's gonna turn colors. If it turns green, that means it's a bad modem. And then, like literally, you hear them scratching, you know, like the modem and stuff. And then I would like, let me talk to your supervisor.
Oh my God.
Let me talk to your supervisor because I can't have you out there doing these people's stuff. Like, you know, like shit like that.
God.
Bad. Yeah, I was really notorious for that, and I actually got a raise because I called out so many technicians. It's pretty funny.
Damn, I thought you were saying that's why I don't work with them anymore.
No, I left good standings, but I mean, just in general, it was just a pretty funny situation. And I forgot to tell you guys, Texas is a Spectrum area because Spectrum bought out their old. Yeah, so like
Spectrum bought out a lot. So there's a lot of stuff that's formerly like Cox or maybe and Time Warner that are now Spectrum.
They suck cock, that's why. So, anyways.
Damn, they suck the well dry of Cox. No more Cox. We're all Spectrum now, boys.
Yeah, it's like I think you think of it like this: Charter bought out the bigger company. A small company buys out Time Warner Cable, and their equipment, their infrastructure was 10 years behind. guess what? Guess who gets the bill, right? Guess who gets fucked on it? Us. The people that have internet through Time Warner Cable got fucked, right? I'm just putting it out there. Just letting you guys know. I don't care if I work for them anymore.
I've had Time Warner
like
forever.
Disney Star Wars.
And it's always been good for me, but I'll tell you what, since this quarantine, that might have gone out twice already. It went out on the stream this morning, actually. So, Spectrum, step it up, man. You're slacking.
Mm-hmm.
I have Spectrum too, but actually it's only gone out for me once so far, so not too bad. But
yeah, it's been pretty decent overall. I don't really have issues out here. I see people like complaining about it, but it's definitely region based because like they bought out so many other companies. So it depends on who got bought out that sucked in your region before.
Yeah, it's
now their Spectrum.
Too. I want some FiOS, man, but that's also region locked
bro.
too.
Yeah, you do not want FiOS anymore.
Also trash, dude. Yeah.
Like it's all a lie.
Everything's a lie. Net zero. You might as well get net zero.
You get net zero, bro.
Let me get that AOL free demo disc, guys. You guys got some? Let me get some of those.
It's all wrecked, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I say Spectrum has been all right for me. But lately, I think it's probably because everyone's at home doing their remote work and everything that it's been acting up.
People have been getting real creative during this quarantine, man. Some people have been making some good ass content, while others have just been complaining. And this is like you either take one or the other. You go to the artistic form, or do I just become my toxic self? My internet.
Hey, I have chosen to be my toxic self.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
You're on the internet talking.
This quarantine has really changed.
Gone extra trolly ever since this quarantine,
dude,
man.
A couple of weeks ago, I was like super supportive of everybody. Hey, look, if you have any questions, come on over to Uncle Suiken. I'll help you out. We'll train, stuff like that. Now, come fast forward to this time. Oh, you need some help, motherfucker? Let's play by Eliza. Down jab, dive kick. Oh, you can't low parry this? Oh, I'm losing my shit.
Oh, damn. Hitting people with snakes and everything, man. The whole night.
It's pretty funny. It's like, I kind of like myself now, but I really hate myself. A couple weeks from now, I'll let you guys know if I'm divorced or not.
Damn. Keep it together, Mike.
Yeah.
Damn, I've been slowly losing my shit too, man.
Really? You too?
Just like playing Tekken's fun, but it's just like I can't play Tekken every day. I can't.
Yeah, dude.
Gotta take some breaks. Let me tell you, I need more games to play.
I've been doing. Yes, I've been playing Valorant nonstop. Right, like, dude. I'm like, I would say estimate like 10 times better than it was when I started. And so I started playing that. I started streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's my first Final Fantasy ever. I only played an hour or something, but it's hype. Yeah, my first Final Fantasy game ever.
Wow, you never even played the original?
I never played any Final Fantasy. This is my first one, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it's fun so far. It's I'm into it. I'm probably gonna since I heard it's a very long game, I don't want to rush through it. So I'm just gonna play a chapter a day sort of deal and just kind of work my way slowly through it. Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah.
I'm having a good time. I'm chilling. And I'm still making content. Hey, by the way, real quick, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, I never remember to tell people this, but hit the notification button. The bell. I don't even know about this thing, all right? But apparently I never told people to do this and no one did it. If you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Mm-hmm. If you don't subscribe to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Hit that bell. Ding.
Ding.
We need more cowbells up in this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
bells are the currency in Animal Crossing. That's all I know.
So we're gonna wrap this up so I can go play Valorant or what?
Yeah, I gotta go play some Animal Crossing. I gotta get ready for Nationals. So that's the only other game I have in mind. But all right, so here we go. Let's do our follow me at. We have Rib. Let's go first.
Yes, sir. Level up your game. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Make sure the YouTube you ring the bell for the notifications. That's all I got. And then also, we started doing morning bread and butters again. So comment, let us know what characters you guys want us to do morning bread and butter tutorials on. There's still LEYG Lab stuff. They've kind of slowed down a bit because we've had too much other stuff going on at the same time. But LEYG Labs continues. JDCR Winners Mindset podcast is pretty damn cool. I'm really a big fan of it, even though I'm on it. It's just one of the. It's the type of podcast I haven't gotten to do before, I feel like. So it's been fun. We've done 2 episodes so far.
Diving into the philosophical players' minds, how people... Yeah, that's a good one. I think it's great.
There's just so many topics to cover there. Like I didn't know what I was getting to. It was JDCR's idea, and so I was just kind of like, oh, let's see where this goes sort of deal. Like I like the idea of it. But like now that I've done a couple, like we have a couple more things planned that we're going to go through. So hopefully, in the future, this can be something that we can revisit.
The Winner's Mindset series that you guys are doing is really cool because it kind of reminds me of some of the earlier episodes of ATP Live, where Eris would talk about like a lot of the philosophical things or like mindset stuff. Like, oh, you know, it's not about execution and certain all this setups and combos at a certain point. It's all about how you think and, you know, adjust with your mind. You learn how to use your mind creatively, you know, in a fighting game, basically.
No, and honestly, I'll just say, like, since I did those 2 episodes of JDCR, like, just like the last episode was how to practice. Since then, I've taken the stuff that we talked about and I've implemented it.
Hey, you won Wednesday Night Fights this week, which was funny.
I won Wednesday Night Fights, and then I'm way better at Valorant. And like I told you about this thing, the one tip I'll give you from the Winner's Mindset how to practice episode: practice your thing twice a day, but not at the same time. So like do it in the morning and do it in the evening. So you get to practice twice as fast. You know, like instead of doing just once per day, just do it twice per day or like multiple times. Valorant, I've been going like that, like practice mode in there. I go to it like multiple times a day across multiple hours.
Smaller sessions rather than one like 8-hour playthrough. Right.
Exactly. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. It works. I guarantee it works. Anyways, that's my follow. Sorry, I went off on a tangent.
I'm gonna try that because I'm gonna try that for taunt jet uppers. Am I gonna get way more consistent at it? I don't know. We'll find out.
Try it, dude. I think it's gonna work.
Huh. 2 times a day, guys. Just spread it out. But all right, Suiken, follow me as where can they follow you?
You guys can definitely follow me on Twitter at TK Suiken. Also, watch me on Twitch whenever I decide to stream.
Yeah, you've been streaming again. That's been good.
Yeah, I streamed this week. I'll try to stream.
Fucking up D-Tricks and shit. Good shit.
That was free. D-Trick has been free. Dude, like, so let me go off on my tangent real quick, right? Man. So D-Trick comes into a Discord, right? That I'm in a random Discord with my other friends. And then one of the guys, his name is Martin. He's an old school Marvel Street Fighter player, right? Teaching me how to play FPS games again, right? And like Warzone and all that stuff. He comes in, he's talking shit about how I'm an old man and I'm getting whooped on and shit like that. So we go 1st to 10. That's what he says. Martin goes 1st to 10. So I said, okay, you now, you little bitch. You know, and DJ was like, huh? Yeah, I'm Joe. You know, he does some stupid shit like that. Then I whoop on him 10-0, one game. Then I gave him a gulag chance, right? To do a 1st to 5 with a random character, right? He beats my random character. Oh, you made it out of the gulag. Then he plays me again another 1st to 10, and it's another 10-0. Wow. But then the thing is, I lost the gulag on purpose because I wanted to beat that ass 10 more times.
Damn.
So now he's all depressed and shit, right?
Oh,
it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. But keep on playing. You'll get there.
I know. This quarantine you've changed.
I've changed.
Or maybe this is the real you. Nobody knows anymore.
But as a take back,
I don't blame Sandy.
Maybe Sandy is the one that's making me toxic. No. She's the love of my life.
I'm telling on you.
You gotta
change
the kids and the wife.
But as a take back, really, honestly, I know I've been really toxic. I don't like that. I don't like that self about me. I'm going to turn it around. This is going to be my story arc.
Oh, gosh.
Come on over. Don't worry.
You're not toxic until you're canceled at evil. Come on, man. You got a lot more to go.
No. It's okay. Come on back. I got your guys back. So that's it for me.
This sounds like a trap. It's a trap.
Shut up.
Come on in, guys. I'll take care of you. I'll give you some wins if you play it a set. I'll make you feel good. And then I'm a down jab. EX die kick you for days, motherfucker. Look at this Eliza block. Moonglide for this shit.
You guys know I have not touched Eliza for a while until this patch came out, right? Just because I wanted to play with her a little bit. But the kind of shit like that makes me mad about people right now are saying, man, this character is stupid. Why did they just put this character? Dog, this character has been in the game since the beginning of Tekken 7.
Yeah,
she was a launch character. Day one, right?
Yeah.
And people are just complaining about her just now. I'm like, shut the fuck up. The three updates do shit for her. She's just little minor buffs. She's still shitty.
And now
but you guys are falling for dumb shit.
You know, it's
she's always been good.
Now
y'all got her buff.
Mind mentality. Everyone's just like, oh yeah, let's just jump on the bandwagon. Everybody's thinking this way. Yeah,
MYK, thank you.
Understandable.
The voice of reason.
But don't be sheep, people. Learn to think for yourself. Okay?
Think for yourself.
Winner's mindset.
Winners.
Losers mindset's the easiest shit in the world. You just lose. Okay, you can hold forward. You can key charge. You can do you can do double flips, big flips. Try to get slow mos and twitch clips. That's easy.
That's loser mindset.
Yeah. That is the loser mindset. But yeah.
Yeah, people and stop
I've lost plenty like that.
Rips fucking big ass flips and shit.
I'm not
you know
gonna
this
flip, I'm just
motherfucker.
lying.
You guys can't do it like Rip anyways. So it's like it's not gonna work.
I'm not gonna do the giant
Dude,
flip.
every time grand finals we're watching conflict, I keep saying to myself, don't fucking fall for the shit conflict. You know this motherfucker.
I'm gonna slide, dude. It's the fastest slide in the world.
Oh god, he got owned so hard by Rip.
He got roughed up.
Hey. What I tell you guys in the losers final of the tournament last night when conflict was playing? What did I say?
You said you didn't want to play him?
Should have went Negan.
I told him that too.
And then you saw the grand finals? Should have went Negan. I called it out in the losers final.
I think you reverse psychology to him though, because you have that. Because
it wasn't the fact
that the tone. You're like, you should go Negan. You know, you did it with that tone.
Exactly.
So it's just
dude. You're gonna do the same shit you always do. Doesn't matter who he uses. He could have went Negan. You do the same shit. Flip back forward. Generic down forward. Like same shit. Slide. I was like, oh my god, it's the same shit. You just got in his head.
Yeah, that's how you win. That's called the winner's mindset. Check out the podcast here.
That's still a stupid ass bitch.
I'm dead. Okay. All right. You guys can follow me at twitch.tv or twitter.com at the name is MYK. All right. Last segment, last part of the podcast, our Left Behind segment. Did you guys know Roy Dingo is Nebo's, by the way? Did you guys know that?
Yeah. You didn't know
Wait,
that?
what?
Roy Dingo in the chat is Nebo's old school.
Is he here now?
Yeah, right
Yeah,
there.
he's in the chat right here.
Roy Dingo, that's you?
Right?
How's it going, Roy?
I didn't know that
Roy?
either. That's just crazy.
Wow.
That's just
Shout out
crazy.
to Big Roy.
Mhm.
Damn.
Miss you, man.
Damn. There was actually a picture of him that surfaced on Twitter not too long ago. Did you see it, Mike? He was like,
Wait.
dude, he had a beer in his hand. His hair is all long and hella flowy and shit. He's all like, his mouth is all gaping open. That shit is funny.
He did.
Hey,
have
Roy,
luscious
do you
hair.
remember when MYK farted in my apartment?
Yeah, he was there.
He was hella there.
I think he was
He was hella there.
He was the one at the closest proximity.
He jumped out the door and started dry heaving over my balcony. He said yeah in the chat.
Oh, real talk though? Real talk?
He remembers the goddamn fart mic.
I'm proud, okay? I'm proud of that moment.
You literally shit your pants.
I didn't. That's the impressive part. That it was, you know.
He's like, well, I'm gonna have to throw away these pair of jeans, but you know what? As long as I got people to fucking start, literally dying in the.
I think Cynic was walking up the stairs, right, and he got a whip of it after he got up the stairs. He was just like, "Oh shit!" He got like fucking Steve Backwund in real life. He's just like, "Oh shit!"
Roy said it was like hard-boiled eggs and Gatorade. And Gatorade. Oh, it's so gross.
It was pretty good.
Oh,
it was comedy
poor
for
couch.
me. It was so comedy. That shit was great. That was a great time.
Anyways, what's his last segment, Mike?
Left Behind segment. Who's getting left behind on this episode? Who wants to go first?
Conflicts Lars. Or
Damn.
just Negan. I can't
You
decide.
already beat the shit out of this guy. Leave him alone.
I know, he's already dead.
Look, the only reason I brought it up because I saw his name in the chat right now.
Yeah,
Shout out to Conflict. GG's last night.
Damn, that's fucked up. Dude.
I gotta leave behind all the drama, man. Stop being so bored.
Dude.
You know, like I know you can only jack it so many times in a day or play Tekken for so many hours in a day. That's real talk, man. That's the whole fucking quarantine life right now, right? But come on, guys. Just
you used Mike earlier. He uses both hands either direction. It's crazy.
Man, let me find that old picture. That is something like Roy would like to see.
Stop it.
Oh, I have that picture too.
Real talk though, Roy gave me some of the best advice ever in like any fighting game, right? He's just like, how are you gonna win if you're so mad, right? You're gonna be fighting yourself and your opponent. That came from Roy in the chat. And I was like,
That's good.
That's deep.
Roy Dingo.
It's deep. That is Nebo's deep. Suiken, you got any?
Oh, I got plenty.
Toxic Suiken, drop it on us.
No.
Drop it on us.
The only thing I think the only thing I've taken back right now that I probably would want people to understand is that The game has been out, Tekken. I'm talking about Tekken. It's been out for a long time now, right? Over 5 years and some change now, right? Arcade and console combined, right? You guys want to have to give you guys a little space when you guys are learning, because if you are barely starting in season 3, you have to understand there are hella people better than you. Do not feel like you're fighting an uphill battle. There's so much content out there, including ours. If you guys ever check out the Winner's Mindset or any of our Level Up our game like channels, episodes, shout outs to Jen, by the way, for putting them out. Take a look. There's a lot of information out there. Make sure you guys go and do your research before you guys make yourself look like a fucking fool on somebody's stream. Like, truly.
Yeah,
do not go on Rip's stream. Trust me, because Rip makes a lot of people look like dog shit, like when they're playing. Just because he plays like a certain style, like he just knows that people play like that, right? The Winner's Mindset. Same thing with MYK or myself. We're not doing this intentionally. We're teaching you guys not to fall like for the same stupid shit.
The reverse of a leave behind. This is like
I'm leaving them behind.
Advice. Yeah,
I'm leaving them
like
behind.
To try to bring people up. This is the opposite.
I know. Rise up, Street Fighter 5.
The only reason why I'm doing it like this, because I realized when I came back to stream and I did stuff like I normally would do against you guys, right? People took it the wrong way, and it made me really like, let me take a step back and see in their point of view what they are feeling, right? They're feeling that down jab dive kick is fucking them up, right? Like that's the context, right? That I've been doing.
Don't say they should buff that character.
People don't know you can low parry down jab. Why is that? Why are people like stupid enough not to figure that out yet, right?
Because you can just do down forward 1.
Shut up, Rip. Shut up, man. You are one of those people right now. Anyways, Winner's Mindset, check it out. Featuring JDCR, Repel Parbu, of course, MYK with the doggos, and I'm Suiken. Take it away, Mike.
I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys all for watching this. We're heading out of here. Ball!
Buffalizer.
Yeah, pick up some more games, find some other shit to do. Stop getting crazy out there, guys. We're all in it together.
No, don't buff Eliza, buff Larry.
Buff Steve. No, don't buff Steve.
Yeah, Steve is too good already.
I just want to yell for buffs for no reason, too. I want to be a part of this.
Welcome to Twitter.
All right, guys. Boom. Catch you guys all next time.